If you eat at these 6 big-name restaurants, you might be biting off more than you can handle. You may want to finish this video before you finish your fries, because once you hear what these chains don't advertise, your appetite might vanish faster than a half-price lunch special. Let's kick off with the crowd favorite, Applebee's. It's the place where microwaves do more work than the cooks. Former kitchen staff have said as much as 90% of Applebee's food arrives frozen, pre-cooked, and vacuum sealed. That sizzling fajita platter? Not fresh, just steamed and reheated protein packs. One former manager claimed the only items truly made from scratch were eggs and baked potatoes, and even those sometimes showed up half-prepped in plastic. A customer once posted a photo of their steak, if you could call it that, gray, floppy, and shaped like a pancake that had given up. One comment read, "That thing looks like it lost the will to grill." Another, "Is that a steak or a damp rug?" It's not just the look that should worry you. Temperature logs from several Applebee's locations reportedly showed some meats held above 50 degrees in prep areas. Basically, a bacteria party waiting to happen. And here's the kicker. Applebee's happy hour keeps people coming back, but those budget cocktails may distract from the food's quality. Bartenders have said the colorful mixes rely on the cheapest bottom-shelf spirits available. One server joked that the top shelf was just where they kept the cleaning spray. Those giant blue Long Islands might scrub your insides more than they impress your date. If the food disappoints, at least the neon margarita might help you forget it. Now, a chain built on tradition, comfort, and family-style dining until you peek behind the kitchen doors. Welcome to Olive Garden, where the breadsticks are endless. And so are the sanitation complaints. The next time someone craves Italian, remember, Olive Garden's pasta is commonly boiled, frozen, and bagged before it reaches the restaurant. That Alfredo sauce? Delivered in big plastic pouches and reheated like a sad science demo. Multiple former employees say the kitchens run more like assembly lines than restaurants. One viral confession summed it up. You're not ordering dinner, you're activating a microwave meal with table service. A customer once posted their lasagna wobbling like jello. The top melted into the bottom, the cheese looked plasticky, and the sauce had congealed into tomato-flavored glue. Reactions ranged from laughter to tears. As for the salad, the fresh and unlimited star, lettuce often arrives pre-chopped in giant bags and can sit in bins for hours. One former worker claimed the olives were soaked in a preservative so strong their fingers went numb after prepping a tray. If your salad tastes off, it might not be the dressing. Maybe it's the formaldehyde vibes. Cleanliness? Health department records for various locations show a pattern. Improper storage, utensils sitting in standing water, and in one disturbing instance, a pasta bin with insect activity. That's not garnish, that's grounds for a suit. A guest once found a short black hair tangled in fettuccine, and the photo went viral before the restaurant could respond. Tell me this is seasoning, please. Employees also complained about using the same towels to wipe counters and dry dishes. One former dishwasher called the routine hope and bleach fumes. High turnover means undertrained new hires often end up on the line after just a few hours. Someone could be sautéing your shrimp scampi while still learning how to wash their hands properly. And while Olive Garden markets authentic Italian roots, most recipes live in a central corporate database, not Nonna's cookbook. Tour of Italy sounds charming, but you're touring the freezer aisle. Prices climbed, quality didn't. You're not paying for better ingredients. You're paying more to sit under Tuscan wallpaper with slow service. If you want to help us keep serving content that's actually fresh, like subscribe and comment. Every bit helps us stay out of the corporate freezer. Now, for something south of the border. Welcome to Taco Bell, late-night favorite, college staple, kingdom of crunch wraps and mystery sauces. Behind the bright signs and catchy jingles, though, are menu secrets that can turn your stomach faster than a dollar burrito. Staff have reported expired sour cream still being used, ground beef left out too long, and cheese turning crusty in prep bins. One viral video from a former cook showed how the beans start. A bag of brown powder dumped into hot water. Stir to a paste. Serve. Not grandma's slow-cooked pot. Rehydrated bean particles revived with boiling water. One commenter put it bluntly, "I thought I was eating fiber." Turns out it was bean-flavored cement. About that seasoned beef. Reports say it's about 88% meat. The rest fillers. Oats, soy, anti-caking agents, and silicon dioxide, also found in sand and glass. It might taste fine, but you're basically eating beef plus a science project. While the company stands by its ingredients, tasters often describe the texture as wet, gritty, or oddly sweet. Temperature lapses reportedly spike during late nights with thinner staffing. One former worker claimed that during rushes, temp checks were skipped to move the line, meaning meat and cheese might sit out longer than your Netflix queue. And don't forget the ice machines. Multiple undercover reviews have found mold, black slime, and even bugs inside soda fountains and ice bins. One inspector said the ice machine was dirtier than the bathroom sink. Think about that when you sip a Baja Blast. That citrus zing might be hiding mildew. Presentation can be rough, too. A customer posted a taco with 2 teaspoons of filling that looked stepped on. Comments piled up. That taco looks like it regrets being born. Another. Bro, blink twice if you're okay. Jokes aside, loose handling and low standards can mean real food safety risks. Still, Taco Bell's value menu stays beloved because the prices tempt and the flavors hit all the buttons. Salty, creamy, crunchy in one bite. But you know what else is salty, creamy, and crunchy? A science experiment with a Dorito in it. It might go down easy, it's the after effects that should worry you. Don't let the fun branding hide the facts. If food is that cheap, corners may be cut elsewhere, including the ones that keep you safe, satisfied, and salmonella-free. And hey, if you find value in smart shopping hacks like these, hit that like button and subscribe to Frugal Finds for You, your go-to spot for saving smarter, not harder. Onto a chain many still trust without hesitation, Chipotle. The name suggests health, simplicity, and bold flavor, but it also brings a track record of foodborne illness cases that could fill a burrito. Over the past decade, Chipotle has faced multiple outbreaks: norovirus, salmonella, and E. coli. The pattern boils down to 2 issues: rushed prep and risky sourcing. The brand pushes prepped fresh daily, which sounds great, but often means undertrained staff chopping, marinating, and cooking under time pressure. One former worker said they cut chicken while still wearing guac-smeared gloves. Another said rice sat in warmers for hours, crusting on top, mushy and lukewarm below. That's not a texture blend, that's a bacteria spa. The guacamole is fresh, yes, but made in such large batches that a single sanitation slip can spread contamination quickly. And those bowls? There's a reason you see greasy fingerprints or dried rice on the rim. Speed is king. When the lunch rush hits, quality control drops faster than your blood sugar. A major risk, the lettuce. Chipotle still uses raw, unbagged romaine. While that may sound preferable, it also carries a higher risk and has been linked to multiple outbreaks. In 2018, nearly 700 people across several states reportedly got sick after eating at Chipotle due to contaminated lettuce. A side salad shouldn't come with side effects. Temperature logs? Company policy says keep meats above 140 degrees or below 40 degrees when not cooking. But in lawsuits and reports, former staff have alleged temps were recorded inaccurately or skipped when stores were slammed. That barbacoa bowl might be spicy for more than one reason. And nutrition-wise, many believe Chipotle is the healthy option. Yet, a typical burrito with all the add-ons can top 1,200 calories and blow past your daily sodium. One manager joked their burritos were wraps of denial, and most people would be better off with 2 tacos and a nap. The brand remains strong, slick marketing, the look of fresh. But fresh isn't always safe, and fast isn't always careful. With rushed staff, high turnover, and uneven safety practices, every visit is a roll of the dice. Burrito roulette might deliver a great lunch, or a rough night. Now, slide over to Subway, the chain that sells itself as healthy, fresh, and sandwich smart. But fresh is a stretch when your tuna becomes the punchline of a national joke. Multiple lab tests in recent years have raised questions about whether Subway's tuna contains, well, tuna. One 2021 analysis reported no amplifiable tuna DNA in the tested samples. That's like biting into a PB&J and finding no peanuts or fruit. Just mystery goo. Former workers have shared stories about relabeling expiration stickers on meat. One even posted a tub of chicken with "Do not use after Tuesday" scratched out and a new date slapped on. A customer opened a sandwich to find a translucent chicken strip that looked more like a wet tissue than food. Reviews called it elastic, spongy, maybe even extraterrestrial. Even the produce isn't always a slam dunk. A viral photo from New Jersey showed brown lettuce, half-rotten tomatoes, and cucumbers that looked like they had been marinated in mop water. Health inspections at multiple Subway stores have cited poor temperature control, pests, and glove misuse. One inspector noted an employee wiped a counter with a rag, then used the same rag on lettuce. That's not just unsanitary, it's salad sabotage. Subway's bread has its own chapter. In Ireland, a court ruled it had too much sugar to be legally considered bread. Some rolls clock more sugar per serving than donuts, so that 6-inch turkey might feel wholesome, but nutritionally, it's playing dress up. You're basically eating cake with cold cuts. As for toasting, one user posted a side-by-side where the bread looked like it had taken a nap halfway through a tanning session. And yet, Subway remains the most widespread fast food brand on Earth. Not because it's stellar, but because it's cheap, familiar, and everywhere. Cheap and familiar aren't the same as clean and safe. Next time you grab a $5 footlong, remember, it might cost you your dignity and your digestion. We've covered 5 restaurants, each with its own shockers, but the 6th may be the most obvious and the most surprising. A place you likely pass daily. The ice cream is often down. The burgers look perfect in ads and sad in person. The fry smell is louder than your caution. You guessed it, McDonald's. McDonald's is more than a restaurant. It's an icon. 100 plus countries, billions served. But if you assume spotless kitchens and top-tier standards match that fame, think again. Behind the arches lies a list of questionable practices, employee confessions, and safety concerns that should make you pause before ordering. About that famously broken ice cream machine, it's become such a running gag that whole websites track which locations are working. It's not just an inconvenience. Former workers and managers say the real reason is time-intensive cleaning cycles. The machine must be torn down, sanitized, and rebuilt, a process that takes hours. Many stores allegedly skip it or leave the machine off to avoid the hassle. One employee said it's either broken, fake broken, or growing a new ecosystem inside. Consistency is another myth. McDonald's claims every Big Mac tastes the same everywhere. Reality can differ. Staff in multiple cities have shared photos of patties at improper temps, cheese sweating under heat lamps, and lettuce that looks flash frozen and then shocked back to life. One behind-the-scenes clip showed bun boxes stacked on the floor next to a mop bucket. Clean? Debatable. Efficient? Maybe. Appetite? Gone. Night shifts raise other flags. Deep cleaning is sometimes rushed or skipped to close faster. A Florida employee said they were told to serve fries from oil that hadn't been changed in 3 days. Fries came out darker with a bitter aftertaste. Solution? Add extra salt and hope no one notices. As for the meat, 100% beef doesn't mean premium cuts. Patties are typically low-grade, heavily processed, flash frozen, and shipped in bulk. Additives ensure uniformity, and automated grills leave no room for care. Slightly under or over, it may still get served. One whistleblower said some stores scrape residue off undercooked burgers, reheat, and send them back out. Think the chicken's safer? Nuggets are often frozen for weeks before the fryer. A leaked supplier video showed nugget slurry, a pink paste of blended meat and fillers, formed, flash frozen, and packed like bricks. The company says processes have improved, but workers still describe nuggets as little mystery cubes. One customer bit into a hollow nugget, just air, which might have been the healthiest part. Inspection reports from various states cite repeat issues: improper storage, dirty surfaces, and employees skipping hand washing between tasks. A Michigan inspector observed a worker handle raw beef, touch their headset, then scoop fries. No glove change, no hand wash. That's not a value meal, that's a value risk. Beverage stations are another blind spot. Those shiny touchscreen soda towers aren't always cleaned thoroughly. Mold, syrup buildup, and sticky bacteria-friendly tubing are common. A service tech said the insides can be worse than a dorm fridge on day 50. Maybe rethink that extra-large sweet tea. McDonald's appeal is undeniable: fast, cheap, open late. But convenience often means shortcuts, and shortcuts have consequences. Staff are frequently underpaid, overworked, and trained to prioritize speed over sanitizing. As one crew member put it, clean enough to pass, fast enough to profit. Not exactly the recipe you want behind your quarter pounder. Taste doesn't always save it either. Fries go from crisp to limp in minutes. Burgers can feel flat and lifeless. More memory of meat than meat. Sauces do the heavy lifting. Without them, sandwiches collapse like wet cardboard. Even breakfast isn't immune. McGriddle eggs arrive as frozen pucks. Pancakes are mass-produced, shipped frozen, then reheated on a grill that may not have been fully cleaned. One worker said syrup comes from huge industrial bags that sometimes leak and attract flies. That's not syrup. That's a maple-scented violation. Still, millions eat there daily, not because it's great, but because it's available and predictable. That familiarity gets dangerous when it stops us from asking questions. Many mega chains thrive not on quality, but on convenience and marketing. The food is engineered to be just tasty enough, just cheap enough, and just fast enough to keep you coming back, even if your stomach disagrees. But once you peek behind the curtain, see the frozen meats, ignored machines, rushed prep, it's hard to unsee. You start to notice the cold burger, the soggy bun, the fries that smell faintly like soap. Billions served might mean billions fooled. Suddenly, that dollar menu feels pricier. So what's the takeaway? Not that every restaurant is evil or every meal out is poisoned, but these six chains have earned reputations for cutting corners that can affect your health, your wallet, and your trust. The common thread: speed over quality, image over substance, cost savings over customer care. Not all food is created equal. Popular doesn't mean clean. Advertising doesn't equal truth. Cheap now doesn't mean you won't pay later. Whether in cramps, disappointment, or Googling, why does my burger taste like bleach? Eating out should be a treat, not a gamble. If your gut says something's off, it probably is. Trust your instincts, question the illusion, and maybe save your appetite for a place that respects your taste buds and your safety. At the end of the day, food should fuel you, not fool you. Restaurants won't always tell you what happens behind the doors. We will. Every dollar saved is a dollar earned and a dollar that stays in your pocket. If this gave you something to chew on, hit like, subscribe, and share with someone who still thinks frozen lasagna counts as fine dining. Thanks for watching Frugal Finds for You. And remember, shop smarter, not harder.